Sumia. We have had experience in using investigational use of vaccines in the field. We've had the most recent experience with the Ebola vaccine in the field, and it proved very successful. But in order to bring that vaccine to the field, we had to do that under an investigational use approach, which meant collecting huge amounts of data, having adverse event surveillance in place. It involved a lot of monitoring, a lot of safety follow-up. So the more you move to use a drug or a vaccine from an emergency use point of view, it still does not take away the need to collect important information. The difficulty and the challenge with the vaccine is at the moment we're moving from vaccinating tens or hundreds of people to now vaccinating thousands of people. We need to get the safety and efficacy signals from those studies. Because if you move too quickly to vaccinating millions or hundreds of millions or billions of people, you may miss certain adverse events that you won't pick up with smaller numbers, and you need to maintain monitoring. But as Sumi has said, each country has a sovereign right to define its policy for vaccination or any other therapeutic intervention in its population. But it must be guided by the highest possible ethical standards, the highest possible scientific standards, and where countries do move forward with any form of emergency use authorization, it should be linked to very intensive and increased monitoring of the implementation of that product, and with a very clear view that if any safety signal was picked up, that there would be an immediate change to the policy. So there are very strict guidelines around the emergency use and how it's done. And organizations in Europe, the FDA in the USA, the EMA in Europe, we have similar regulatory authorities in Africa, in India, and other places. So I think it is really important that countries, governments are guided by their national regulatory authorities and maintain the highest possible standards, so that we maintain a position of looking for safety and efficacy before using these new products at population scale.
And Dr. Edward Kelly will add something as well.